tell me what you said to me on Thursday night. I was walking down the hall and you came up and said something to me. What was that?
Well, first of all, Thursday night was one of the nights that God really talked to a lot of people, and there was a lot of people that were just on their knees, heads down, and like hands in their face, just worshiping, like going through life transformation. And I saw a couple students that were sitting alone, and my counselor, like Josh, found them leads to help them out. But then there was a counselor actually that was on his knees and like hands in his face. He was going through something tough. And I talked to Steve and I was like, Steve, hey, there's a counselor over here, and like I think you should go help him because I mean it'd be kind of weird if I did it.
And then what did I say to you?
You showed me a verse from 1 Timothy. It was 1 Timothy 4:12, and it talks about how you can't be afraid because you're young. You have to go out and live your life like a pure life. Spread His word, no matter what age you are. Don't be timid because of your youth.
And so what did you? So I'll tell you what Quincy said to me there. I kind of explained that when Paul wrote to Timothy, he said, "Don't be timid and don't let people despise you because of your youth." And I was like poking Quincy pretty hard. I felt kind of bad after. I was like, don't be afraid. Like go. And Quincy looked me straight in the eyes and said, "Watch me." And I was like, I'm gonna punch someone in the face right now. That's awesome. I got so pumped up. So I didn't punch anyone in the face, but that might have defeated the whole purpose of the evening. But I was so pumped up, and Quincy looked me in the eye and said, "Watch me," and walked down the aisle, and I sat like 20 rows behind him, and just kind of watched him lead this counselor. And what was that conversation like?
He was a counselor from San Mateo, and he had accepted Christ 2 years ago, and he told me that he was 99% in like the whole time. There was just one thing that was holding him back. He wouldn't tell me specifically what it was. I'm kind of glad that he didn't. But he told me that there was just one thing, and that God was talking to him now about getting rid of that one thing. And like I don't know, I just talked to him about how God, like there is strength, and one thing he told me is that like the enemy is so good at what he does, and I was kind of like, yeah, he is really good at that, but God's even better at what he does, and no matter what he does, like no matter what Satan can do, that God's stronger than he is, and he's going to keep you. No matter what Satan pulls you towards, God can pull you and push you farther away from that, and Satan can bring you closer.
And then what did you say to me after that when I asked you what you learned from that whole experience?
I told him that we have so much potential now, just because some 17-year-old kid came up to some 53-year-old man and talked to him about his path and his way.
Can we give it up for Quincy?